keep moving the damn colors. It's like, oh, goddamn me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a Masshole episode of Massholes Don't Know How to Drive.
Who can't drive.
You know, this isn't just for like 100 yards. I'm talking about from Rindge to Troy.
How many miles is that, like 7 or 8 or 9 miles?
Yeah, something like that.
8 or 9 miles.
Now the road between Rindge and 12, for the most of it, is 50 miles an hour. And then Route 12, or from the turnoff onto Route 12, all the way to Troy, most of that's 50 miles an hour. You have a really, really small stretch that's 30 and 35 miles an hour. I mean a really short area. I'm behind this car going from Rindge to Route 12.
Where'd you pick him up, like at Papagayo's restaurant or something?
I picked him up right as I turned. Right as I turned onto that route.
On the Route 12?
No, before Route 12. Coming from the Market Basket over in Rindge. Yeah.
So basically you followed him from the Market Basket all the way down Route 12?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't remember what the road is that goes between Rindge and Route 12, but most of it's 50 miles an hour. 10.
Route 10.
Most of it's 50 miles an hour. I'm behind this person going 35 miles an hour. I honk. I tend to be kind of laid back. Oh, so what? You know, let every, you know.
And the horn on my car is not some little eep.
Yeah. And
you'll definitely know it if I honk it.
And the first time I just kind of
tapped it.
Yeah, tapped it. Usually, you know, you do that. Oh, you know.
Kind of wake the idiots up.
Yeah, they realize, oh, I'm going too slow or something. But no. So I go a little bit further, and they're still going 35 miles an hour. So.
Just a good thing, yeah, I didn't go along.
I honked it. I think on 10, I honked it 3 or 4 different times.
Jesus.
And at least once, I really laid into it. And then on Route 12. Route 12 is a major road. It goes between Massachusetts
busy as hell.
And Keene. And most of it's 50 miles an hour. And this person's going 35 on there too. And I laid into them. At one point on 10, I turned my high beams on just to kind of like, hey, come on.
Asshole. Yeah, you stupid massholes. I wish you would stay in Massachusetts and get the hell out of our life and leave us the heck alone.
Yeah, it had a Massachusetts plate, which didn't surprise me.
Because you usually drive like idiots.
And the last 3 spaces on the license plate was NY7. I hope that's not an indication that it's a masshole. If you drive
like that in New York, they'd probably kill you.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. I mean,
Hey, I used to drive in Springfield, Illinois, which is a city of 110,000 people. They would have ran your ass off the road.
Yeah, you know, I would have passed, but there's no place to pass.
Safely.
Yeah, and plus there's snow on the ground, so I don't want to go
on the curb.
Yeah, I don't want to go sliding, you know, and
wreck the car. And
yeah, because last year when we got our 40, I went to go shoot it, and I didn't.
Stuck.
Yeah, I didn't pull way off the road. I just pulled off like to the shoulder, and I got
did you
stuck.
notice they put the yak tracks over there by you?
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Yak tracks.
I found both of them finally.
Oops, they go this way. Sorry.
I found one. Already had one,
and this wraps over
the shoe, and
yeah, so it'll help keep it on.
Kind of like cleats, but for snow.
Yeah, and this snow, it's not a lot of snow, maybe a 1/4 inch.
Well, they said 1 to 3 inches possible last night.
Really?
That's why I got. Well, that was the Weather Channel.
Oh, but
that's why I got those out and kind of tossed them over there for you.
Okay, because our weather forecast has been changing like
every day.
Yeah, so at first we were supposed to have like a lot of sleet, not sleet, but you know, freezing rain and snow. And then it's sunny, and then it snows.
We don't know what the heck we're getting.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to that storm. If that last night was the storm from the Midwest, or
I think that may have been part of it.
So now, I mean, I like our town. Okay, this is our town. It does not belong to you massholes. We get up, or I get up to the town where it goes from 50 to 35 to 30. The person sped up.
Idiot.
This is a 30-mile-an-hour zone. 90% of the roads.
A cop was sitting out to catch your ass.
Yeah, 90%, 95%, 98% maybe of the streets in our town
are 30 miles an hour or lower.
Yeah, and all of a sudden this person speeds up to like 50. I'm like, why didn't you go 50 back there in a 55 in a 50 zone?
Because you're a stupid imbecile.
Now I will acknowledge, on my way to the store, I was looking at the road. I mean, it's winter time.
You're supposed to look at the road.
Yeah, and they're wet areas, and I'm like, okay, is it wet or is it ice? Because it all looks the same.
Or black ice.
Black ice, yeah. I mean, you can't tell if it's ice or if it's just moist, non-frozen.
Yeah, it's what they call black ice.
Black ice. So, I'm being careful. I'm like, okay, when I drive over this, am I sliding or slipping or anything?
Even though he drove in Texas for 40 years, he doesn't know how to drive on ice.
Yeah. And it wasn't frozen. It was just moisture that now eventually it probably will freeze. But I mean, it's 30 degrees right now. And
I learned to drive in Illinois, and I lived there until I was like 47 years old, so 40-some-odd years of almost 40 years of driving on it. Illinois does get nasty weather, believe me, they do.
And this is the thing.
Every year.
This is the thing. Compare the roads up here to San Antonio. That one year in San Antonio where they shut down the roads because they were going to have a hard freeze.
It wasn't even as bad as this, was it?
No. And see, logic, people. Now turn your car on for about 20 minutes and try putting your hand on the engine block. You'll probably get burned. The bottom, the engine's hot, the exhaust is hot.
Well, you're not supposed to do that, but
true. The tires, they heat up because of the way you're driving. So if you take the cars off the road, it's going to ice up. If you keep plenty of vehicles traveling on the roads, it'll help keep the moisture from icing up, from freezing. Because you have the heat from the tires, the heat from the engine, the heat from all the underside of the car, the heat from the exhaust, plus the tires rolling over it would help break it up, and then you have salt and sand. So you don't want to take vehicles off the road. You want to keep them on the road to help keep it from freezing up. But San Antonio, they shut down the roads.
San Antonio's a bunch of dipshits.
Yep.
Tell them about how they treat the homeless people.
Oh, in San Antonio, you cannot feed the homeless.
Only the city can feed the homeless.
It is a crime now.
That is the stupidest damn thing I've ever heard.
They shut down the private shelters are gone. And there's, I don't remember what they call it, Haven for Hope, I think. It's a city-run shelter. Now, if you don't have to go inside the building. But if you don't...
They'll put you in the city jail.
Well, they have this, like a carport area in the back.
Uh-huh.
And you're allowed to sleep under the carport. I mean, I call it a carport. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, like an open parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Covered.
And, but, you see, there used to be this day program for the homeless at Travis Park Methodist Church. Well, they're not allowed to have that anymore because only the city's allowed to help the homeless. If you go and you give a homeless person $5 and a cop sees you, you can get a ticket or even get arrested.
San Antonio's a screwed up mess.
Yeah. And the mayor and his brother, they've tried to switch each other out. When one was busy doing something, they had the other one go and pretend he was the other.
Are they twins?
Very close to it. Very, very close. They may be. I don't know, but they definitely look very much alike. And so
some people are just so damn stupid. It's just.
And up here, there's a private homeless semi-shelter, I guess I'd call it. It's
100 nights.
100 nights. Yeah, it's.
Have they opened yet?
I don't know, because they usually open with the rooms, the bunks, 0 degrees Fahrenheit, because people know how to deal with the cold up here.
Well, if you don't, you live in New Hampshire, you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, and it's a private shelter, although I don't know if they've started taking money from the city or not. But it was started as a private shelter by private funds, and the day program. Well, we used to go over there when, thank you very much, Keene activist, we went running for our lives because of some nut job
That
you didn't warn us about.
Think is God.
Yeah. Some of you do.
Or something.
Treat him that way. And nobody offered us, hey, well, you can crash with us, or I know of a place you can go.
Nobody said, hey, you got to watch out for this loony goon.
Yeah, somebody should have told us. I understand his girlfriend/wife not saying it because she was probably scared to death of him. But
yes, we did meet him online, but still, it's like, I think he's the kind of person who would, you send him a friend request and he's just going to automatically take it.
Yeah. So.
But you can no longer find him on Facebook for some reason.
Oh, really?
I can't.
Oh.
And I've even looked at her profile too.
Oh. Maybe he's in jail where he belongs. Or
nut house.
Or in the nut house.
Forever.
Yeah. If he would get on medicine and all that, then
They'd have to give him injections. He probably wouldn't even take the damn pills.
Because he's burned any and all.
If you refuse your medicine, your pills, they can just give it to you in shots.
What?
Can't they do that to psych patients?
If there's a court order.
I mean, if they refuse the pills and.
No, if you refuse most places, if you refuse the medicine, they'll just discharge you.
That's just ridiculous.
It used to be they could force it on you, unless there's a court order.
Well, I know my aunt, they were crushing up her food and putting it in her medicine, but then she got wise to them and she wouldn't eat.
Oh.
So they got to where they just had to kind of give her the pill, and if she took it, she took it. She didn't, she didn't. Or because they didn't want her to starve herself to death either.
Yeah.
She's on a nursing home,
So anyway, folks, that was not a pleasant drive back.
I'm sure.
Oh, the lake over by the college, what's that?
Franklin Pierce.
Franklin Pierce, covered with snow. I wouldn't dare walk on it at this point. It's no way it's thick enough the ice is thick enough to walk on. But the ice is thick enough to hold the snow, but snow is not very heavy. So, it looked pretty deep snow. Yeah, and it is very pretty. Now, last year I saw a fishing shack, ice fishing shack out there on it. I haven't tried ice fishing yet, but maybe one day.
Don't, you'll probably fall through.
But
that would be a catastrophe.
Our town pond, it's not really a lake, it's a pond, over here.
Probably a squirrel was about all that could go out on it right now.
It's pretty much...
It's patchy, though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really going to thaw much more than a little bit here, a little bit there. And then the pond over by the now closed sporting goods store, it gets shade, though. The one over there gets a lot of shade.
What sporting goods store? By Dick's?
No, right here as you leave town.
Oh yeah.
The pond there is mostly shade, so no wonder it's
I don't think we've ever seen the thing open.
Yeah, didn't he have a stuffed polar bear in there?
He had some stuffed animals in the front, taxidermied, and they were all white. One was like a bear, and I think one was a deer, and I don't know why they were all white, but they were. Each animal's white, even if it's not their natural color, but...
So, anyway, there you go, folks. Have a good night. Massholes, stay out of New Hampshire.